Everybody is talking regarding this smart metering, smart system, and smart grid since many years in India also. But we have to see why it has not been implemented in spite of vigorous efforts. Means there are some basic issues in the system. That is, a smart metering, what we see, there are only few manufacturers of a smart metering in India. We called one manufacturer for giving the presentation on a smart metering, how it will be useful for the consumer and for the utility. In total, it was found that this smart metering will simply give the informations regarding the meter reading, but when we ask them whether can you ascertain that this meter will be more efficient and more accurate in giving the consumption, correct consumption, he was having no answer. So my request is, our intention is to formulate, to prepare a system in India or with the collaboration of your country. Your best knowledge can be utilized in India, in the Indian context. Because in distribution sector practically, we are telling we have to do a smart metering, a smart grid. So this only metering system is costing 13,000 rupees. One smart meter, when we call the vendors and we ask you install a smart meter. The government of Madhya Pradesh has given 60 crores provisions for this year to do the smart metering operation. As it has already been told earlier by the presenter, that the government of India has already given directions and regulations, guidelines to install a smart meter on the consumer having consumption more than 500 units. So practically in India, 99% utilities are government utility. Only few utilities are the private utilities. And they are only installed in big cities, in urban headquarters of the country. They are not having the knowledge of the rural areas also. Rural consumers are not there. So practically there are some practical constraints. I would like to request you and the forum. First, we will have to decide the procedure for this smart metering. We will have to choose some important cities, urban areas first. And this government can, you can help in a pilot project in a big city in each and every state. In one state, you can choose this pilot project for one 11 kV feeder. Don't say this 500 more than 500 consumers, because on one 11 kV feeders is an identity. You can say this is a protocol on the basis of which the consumers are being identified, the transformers are being identified, and the consumptions are also being recorded. In Madhya Pradesh, practically, I am telling, there were so many questions have been raised, and this is not being done, this is not being done. Practically, nowadays, now the utilities had started to make billing on the basis of 11 kV feeder-wise billing. Means on a particular 11 kV feeders, there are 10 transformers, every transformer is metered, especially in urban area. And the 11 kV feeders are metered. So if you are going to install a smart meters on these transformers and the household premises, then you will find what are the actual sold unit on that particular feeders after installation of the new technology of the smart metering. And what was the earlier consumption, what was the input practically on that particular feeders, and what is the input now. Then then it can be finalized what are the actual result, what is the positive result to the utility and to the consumers, and what are the best supply the consumers are getting. That is one factor from the point of view of the utility. And the second is the financial constraint. Financial constraint is always there. At present, we are procuring meter in 1900 and 2000, three-phase meter, and single-phase meter in 700. And when we are talking to the this actually service providers, you are telling, they are asking that 13,000 will be the cost of 1 meter, a smart meter. So there is a huge gap. So this factor, this point needs to be discussed and ascertained first. What Mr. Barma has told is very correct, because in Indian context, you require to go for the smart metering, but you are not solving, you are not resolving, you are not taking the factors of the financial factor first. So who will make the payment of those financial factors? The government of India may do something. Most the utility in India is going in loss, not in profit. So all regulators are well aware about this.
No, what you are saying is correct, but that's not for them to do it. It is for us.
No, I am not trolling. I am just simply that when we are going to make a plan for the smart
They
metering,
must keep that in mind.
you will have to keep in mind, because they can make a plan in this way. Then only it can be, success can be there. Otherwise, there are so many constraints in Indian constraints. Then only otherwise you will just talking and practically will not be in a position to install the meters. And this is one factor. Another factor is, most important factor is this communication factor. Communication plays a major role in this smart metering. And what is our experiences, this communication and so-called IT this IT involvement and IT utilization, that cost major factor, that cost more, because there is no limitation on that. So that should also be decided at some point of level, because that is a major factor of investment in that particular sector. So when we are going to implement this, we have to see one thing. There is another question also when you have talked. Second point is.
So sorry, thank you for your intervention, but I think we need to also give the floor to some. So could you come to conclusion?
Second point is a important point, because there are only few people of distribution sector in this forum. Distribution sector, because you are going to install this smart metering and storm system in distribution, and there are some regulators who have to decide the policy. So practically, that's why I'm asking you, what in India, we are already going for this rooftop solar system, so that is good. But if something has happened in your country, when you have utilized the major part of the solar system, then there is a collaboration with the grid and there are some problems. So that solution is being explained and being told to the Indian constants, then it will help the system also and we can utilize it. That is the main thing. Thank you.